Page 24, What a Wonderful World. This is in the key of C major, no sharps or flats, only accidentals. So make sure you can do the C major scale. It has a pickup beat. The 2/8 notes, we're coming in on beat 4. It works out if you look at the last piece of the measure down at the bottom of page 25. There's only 3 beats in that one, and so we're good. I'm going to cover a few things here. I'm going to start with the right hand. It comes in with the C's. They're saying stretch. We call it extend. You just reach up a little bit and put your 4th finger. You're in this position, really. You're not going to stay there very long, but this is really where you are. And then the last measure, the first line is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then next line, watch the fingering, it's here, and the E's is 2 and then a 3. And then you got these C's, and this is a slow piece. You want to use thumb on all of them, it's up to you. I tend to alternate between 1 and 2, just so I'm not using the same finger all the time, but it's a personal thing. And then third line, you got to rest and you got to come down one more key and put 2nd finger on C. And then the third line, last measure, the D, you have a C D. The D's tight. Hold it down when you play the B. And then you got to repeat and do all that again. Then go down to this last line on page 24. You hold it down for 6 counts and then a rest, and then you got 1 and 2 and 3. Just reach the thumb down. Rest. Top of page 25. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Lift up between these phrases. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now you're going to change position. Put your thumb on that E, but it's between phrases here, so you can lift up anyway. And then it's 1, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now you're going to move again and put your 5th finger on the A. Just come down 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And then it's like it was at the beginning on that. So it's a pretty piece. Left hand, for the most part, is supporting it, so keep it soft. You have, like at the beginning here, these first 2/8 notes, that's melody, so you got to bring those notes out. So you're going to do that, and then immediately play soft, because the right hand takes over. That's what we want to hear. And then the left hand, keep going. 2nd line, you got to come down 1. Come down again, and then reach up with 2nd finger, and then A flat, and then 3rd line, bring thumb down. You could stay there if you wanted to here, and then the 3rd line you could play that G with 3rd finger, and then a 4/3 for the next one, and then move down if you want to. I'll leave that up to you. Or their fingering is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. You're going to repeat and do that again. Let's go down to the last line on page 24. You're here, half notes and a 1 here, then cross over the 2, and then another 1, and then a 4/2, then a rest. Make sure you rest, and then you're up here. First line, last 2 measures. Let's look at the rhythm. It's 1 and 2 and rest and 4 and 1. That G, that's melody. You got to play that out. And everything else is softer. Then it's soft here. So watch out on these melody notes from the left hand. Make sure you play those out. You get some more later on in that page. I don't see anything else different about the left hand. It's just supporting its chords. It's nice. So get them worked out one hand at a time, the fingering and all that you want, and then put them together and see if you can bring out the melody here. It's medium soft. You have to figure out what medium soft is for you. Just experiment with the melody. Get that medium soft and then make everything else softer. Real simple. you get this swell. You're going to get a little louder there in the last two measures. Here, and then come back off. So you get to here, and then come back off, and then you repeat that softly. So at the bottom of page 24, we're starting that soft. Now we're going to crescendo up to a medium loud. And those two notes in the left hand there are melody. You get this sometimes. Bring them out. Then you get to the end of the first line on page 25. Now you're loud. That's it. So you just... second line, come back down to medium loud. And then third line, come back down to a medium soft. See? I'll come back to this. And then you're staying medium soft until you get to the end, and then you're actually going to go down to soft for the last two measures here. And that's the left hand. The left hand is softer than soft. The right hand is soft, and as that dies away, the left hand has to play constantly softer. Each note gets a little softer, and you can slow down a little bit, and at the end you hold it out until you feel like it's enough, and then you let go. With a metronome, I'm just going to hold it out for 6 counts instead of 3. That's the dynamics. You get all that worked out. Now, as far as the roadmap goes, you can see on page 24 you got first and second endings. We're going to do that. So you're going to play the first 3 lines. Then you're going to repeat back up to the reverse repeat sign, and you're going to play the first 2 lines and the first measure in the third line again, and then jump down to the last line, and then you play the rest of the piece. Is the way it works. So now they've added pedal. We have to be careful because we don't want it to get too blurry. They're not pedaling everything for a change. That's nice. So let's take a look at what we're doing here. We're going to use overlapping pedal. So I'm going to push the pedal down right after I play the notes in the first full measure here. I'm going to change them each time the harmony's changing. I'm going to play the notes first and then change the pedal. They're pedaling of this so far. This is good. And you're not pedaling any of this, and then you're going to repeat and do all that again. So let's jump down to the last line. You're here. You're not pedaling until the last measure. So here, don't pedal any of this. Well, we want to hear that rest in the right hand here. That G's by itself for 1 beat. Now we're pedaling it. I like this pedaling. I can't believe they're doing this. This is wonderful. The top of page 24, you're overlapping pedaling. So right after you play those notes is when the pedal comes up, because you've had the pedal down, and then you don't pedal until the second measure. So starting with the last measure of page 24 going on, it's here. Go back to the way it was at the beginning. I completely agree with their pedaling in this piece. This is the first time in a lot of books that I've gone through where I actually agree with the pedaling they've indicated. Just pedaling like they're showing it. There's a few phrases I'd like to hear, but This is fine. Let's just do this. Now let's play this together slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics. You can do the dynamics. So I'm going to give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. So go ahead and put your hands where they go. The left hand, right hand. And the foot's on the pedal. Here we go. 1 and ready and go and. 4 and 1 and 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 1. Hold, 2, 3, off.